The main components of this project, we have the main stadium where we are seated, and the Petit Stade and the Paralympics, and also the external works, parkings and the access roads, and also the fence. So we started the project in August 2022, and we are expecting to complete it by August 2024. It's a contract which has a duration of 24 months. So considering the completion date, we are committed, the team of contractor, client, consultant, we are committed to complete the project by end of May, if all goes well, but also the contractual timelines was August. So that's a commitment of the project team. We want to complete the project well before, by end of May 2024. You see, we have challenge of lanes, which was not forecasted before, but we are trying our best to complete the project well before the duration of the project. Currently, we are at 85% as of the progress, which gives us the hope and confidence that we complete the project on time. The employer's requirements was to upgrade this sport facility to the international level. International level means we have to fulfill all the requirements of FIFA. FIFA is number one. We are following the FIFA guidelines because at the end of the day, after the completion of the project, we get the certification of FIFA. Means all games and events at international level are allowed and will be certified by FIFA to happen here. Not only FIFA, but also CAF and any other organ which has sports, means football, in its responsibilities. Number two, we are not only fulfilling the FIFA requirements, but also the athleticism, International Athleticism Association. That's why you've seen here we are preparing the running track for athleticism. We will also get the certification for the athleticism internationally, to mean this facility will be able to host any international competition in terms of athleticism. So we have 80 lanes, which falls within the requirements of the international athleticism regulations. We have, if I try to make sections, the main components of this stadium, the main stadium, we have the VVIP area. That's where a presidential area fits in. And also we have the VVIP. We have the VIP lounges where people can be there discussing business or any other topics, but also enjoying the games or any events here. So they have a special comfort. That's why we call it a VVIP. Number two, we have provided for media. We have your platforms and areas and spaces well prepared for media. We have the stands for the cameras, we have the control rooms, we have different areas specified for the media. And number three, we have teams. You know, at a facility or a football pitch at this level, teams have to access the pitch from different directions. So we have two directions. Team A is called the host, and we have Team B that is called the guest. So they come from different access and they meet in what we call the mixed zone before they reach to the stadium. Again, we have also the conference areas. You know, a facility like this one will have to host some conferences. So we have provided some areas big enough to host some conferences. We have also the areas dedicated for federations. Talking about federations, that's our FEDWAFA and any other federation, and the athleticism, of course, and FEDWABA, the basketball, and any other federation which is under the Ministry of Sports or under the FIFA. So technology we have here, we have upgraded the stadium. This stadium had the capacity of 25,000, but now it's having the capacity of 45,000. So to reach where we are at this beautiful perspective you can see, we have used, number one, we have retrofitted the existing structure. We didn't demolish everything, but we retrofitted. Retrofitting means going back and making fit something which was not fit enough depending on the purpose you need. So in engineering, we went back and we retrofitted the columns, the foundations, the beams, so that they can be compatible to the new structure we wanted to add. So we have two main tribunes, the lower tribunes where I'm sitting and the upper tribunes. So that's number one. Number two, depending on the seismic facts, like the earthquakes. So we have considered that fact. You know, we are in Rift Valley areas. So to have a facility like this one, very expensive, and for it to be sustainable above 100 years, we had to make sure that the foundation where the facility is very stable. So we have employed the technology called piling foundation. Piling foundation, it's where you dig and you put like a deeper foundation. Like here we have gone more than 10 meters down, and we have those columns more than 1,500 of them to make sure our stadium is stable. And during the seismic effects, it will not affect the stadium, so it will be stable. That's talking about the structural stability when it comes to the technology of making sure that the facility is very stable. So that's about the technology, but not also that the stadium will work 24/7, day and night. That's why you've seen the floodlights. We have the floodlights with luminance enough for the teams and activity to happen during the night as if it is during the day. So we'll have enough light. Not only that, we have also the audio visual. Of course, think about like a facility of this scale, people will need to use the technology. That's audio and visual. Not only football, not only matches, but also any other international event that can happen here. So people will need to communicate through video and audio. We have put those systems in place. The football pitch we have here, it has a hybrid grass technology. It means it's a mixture of artificial grass and the natural grass. 70% is artificial grass and 30% is the natural grass. So artificial grass has more advantages than the natural grasses in terms of using it. If they're using it from morning to the evening, if it is natural grasses, it gets damaged easily. But this artificial grass has the capacity of resisting what we call the shear strength. That's shear strength. That's when you have like loads, you are loading it with many people and many activities, but it resists. So normally natural grass pitch can resist between 600 hours to 800 hours per year. But this artificial or hybrid can resist between 1,200 and 1,500 hours per year. So it means this one is very advantageous than the natural grass. So the technology is we put this stuff, but also we have the automatic irrigation to irrigate. What are we irrigating? The natural grass, the 30% of the natural grass we have put in. Having that mixture of them, it will facilitate not only the players, but also ensure the sustainability in terms of maintenance of the pitch. So we have two layers when it comes to access the facility. Inside we have two layers. From the fence, from the outer fence you've seen, we have 10 access for cars and for pedestrians. So when they reach inside, we have a parking capacity of 2,089 lots for cars. But also after reaching the parking area, it's not enough for someone to have the access for something that is happening inside. So we have also the entrances where the ticketing will be sold from. So we have a technology, the people to access here, we have safety and security control measures which will put in place by the operator. Ministry of Sports will put an operator, a company or person to manage the operations here. That's what I'm talking about, the ticketing systems, operation procedures and regulations. So at the entrance from the outer defense, we have 10 access for people to get inside. and more than 20 access to the facility, many stadium, when you reach the building itself. People will be printing the tickets, will be booking not from here, but will be booking from where they are. But when they are coming, they have to print their tickets, and they tap to a machine, electronic machine that will lead the ticket category. For example, we'll have the regular tickets and the normal or middle tickets and the VIP. So tickets will differ depending on where people will be sitting, and other facilities they will get when they are inside the facility. FIFA guidelines have specified the inclusion of all people. Means what? People with special mobility, the obese people, and also people with physical disability. So we have provided those areas dedicated for people with disability and people with like special mobility. So not only those people, but also thinking of people with disability, they need the accompaniment. So we have doubled the spaces. Here, for example, we have 225 chairs or seats dedicated for people with disability. Times 2, because they need the companions. So if I have physical disability, I need someone to accompany me. So we have doubled, we have 450. That's an example of the inclusion for all people to be catered. We don't want to leave one group of people when we have a beautiful facility like this one. Not only FIFA, but also, it's also the regulation of the government of Rwanda. The inclusion in all things, in all facilities, not only government facilities, but also in the public. We have 10 elevators. They have to have some specifications for people to rescue in case of emergency. So 10 elevators ready to be used, but some are in the VIP areas and the others in general spectators areas, but restricted access, depending on when and how those elevators have to be used. So that's where the people with disabilities, the physical disability, they have to use the elevators to reach their sitting areas. And people with special mobilities, they have to use those elevators to reach their sitting areas. We have provided all the spaces and facilities in terms of technology as per FIFA guidelines, but also during the use of the facility, the client or the owner, the beneficiary Minister of Sports, may need to add other things depending on the improvement of the technology. Technology grows day and day. But as of now, as we speak, we have provided everything so that we can accommodate any game at international level. Petit Stade, what we did is just upgrading it in terms of beautification. That's number one. You've seen this art of Imigongo, this facade of Imigongo. It will be the same. What you've seen to the main stadium, it will be the same at the Petit Stade, which was not there before. Number two is about the mechanical ventilation. The capacity of the Petit Stade was 800 seats, but now we have put it to 1,000 seats. Thinking also of mechanical ventilation when people are seated inside. So we have provided the systems of aeration, mechanical ventilation, for people to be comfortable when they're using the facility. So what we did, beautification of the Petit Stade, and also the introduction of mechanical ventilation and ICT inside, electrical, mechanical, and plumbing, firefighting systems, fire alarm systems, access control systems. So we have incorporated all of them in the Petit Stade. We have provided the parquet. We are using the parquet. A parquet that is flexible, can be removed when there is any other activity which does not require to use the parquet. But when we have games, we have provided the parquet. But also we have improved the height. There's this requirement for basket, the height floor to ceiling. So there's a requirement, we have improved. We have uplifted the ceiling to reach the required height by this International Federation of Basket. So from the beginning, the number of workers varies depending on the activities. From the beginning, we reached even to 2,500, but as we speak now, we have 2,100 workers. They work day and night. We have 2 shifts. So in that number, 2,100 around that, 95% of those workers are Rwanda. 5% are foreign staff brought here because of the expertise we didn't have in the country. That's why we had that 5% from outside. This is the first stadium at this caliber that we have built in Rwanda. That's why we needed expertise outside the country. That's why we have 5%. But also we wanted to have 100% Rwanda. We have civil engineers, we have architects, we have topographic surveyors, we have mechanical engineers, we have electrical engineers, we have plumbing engineers, professionals from Rwanda. Not local staff are not for just carrying these materials. They are also installing. So we have professionals in engineering, either civil, architects, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, topographic survey, geotechnical engineering. So we have local professional staff from Rwanda. In the contract between the government of Rwanda and the contractor, it is clearly stated that all materials have to be sourced from Rwanda, apart from those ones that our factories and industries cannot produce. So to mean all raw materials that we are using, for example, the cement, the sand, the steel, the stones, the aggregates, everything that can be found locally, it's a mandate and an obligation to the contractor to buy it from Rwanda. The facility being for sports, of course, we have provided other sports courts for the training. This one is for football, it's for training, and it has the same quality as the indoor one. It's a turf, means a synthetic court with the turf grass. And it's very durable and with good quality than the natural grasses. Like the progress you can see, we have sand, but after the sand, we'll put that carpet. So with this drainage system to drain water, we have also the automatic irrigation system because we are going to mix with the natural grass. This pitch has 70% of the artificial grass and 30% of natural grass. Apart from this one, we have also other training pitch. We have beach volley, we have volleyball court, we have basketball and handball. But also, this was put here for training. Reason being, you cannot use the main court from January to December. Due to sustainability of the facility, we have managed to secure the separate court for training and another one for main matches, main events, to make sure our facilities are very stable and sustainable.